with quads, a quads workout. How's that? So given the quadrilateral below, what type is it classified? If I just showed you this, would you be able to tell me that? Because it looks like an isosceles trapezoid, doesn't it? But the reasoning is, the actual reasoning is, because it could have kind of just been drawn like it, but what gives it away is this one. If the base angles are the same here, they're the same, right? That's where the isosceles part comes from. Okay, so isosceles trapezoid. And I will highlight the isosceles part with orange so that you can see, oh, okay, that's why we absolutely 100% know it's an isosceles. Okay, I would encourage you to figure out more. Is it possible to find other angles? Yes, right? Do you remember me doing this? And writing down 180? Why is that? It has to do with the lines being parallel. In life, if you ever have parallel lines and you know one of them, you know this is going to be 180 for sure. You want the long version or just going to trust me? If these are parallel, I'm still going to give you the longer. If these are parallel, what happens here happens there as well. It's a copy. So watch this. If I were to extend this, wouldn't you agree that this angle would be a copy of this angle? So if this is 60, then these are supplementary, right? You would have to subtract it from 180 to get this one. So therefore, you can always know these two are 180. So now you know the long story. So this is 120. Trust me, this unit out of all, everything should be connected. Everything should jive. Like if you're able to use Pythagorean theorem and somebody else uses sine law, if it's possible, you should both arrive to the same answer or close, right? So 120, this is 120 as well because of this fact here. So determine the values of angle A and B. We've already done that, right? Angle A is 120. And trust me, this may seem very trivial and easy, but the province will have something like this at times. They just want to know, did you attend class, right? Like, were you there? Were you awake? Sometimes they're harder. Okay? Like the expected value, right? Like a lot of you found that one a little tough. What is the length of side AC? AC is anyways, continue. If this is 4, this is also 4. We know that, right? We know what an isosceles triangle is supposed to have. It's supposed to have two sides that are the same, two angles that are the same down here, same up there. So we're just going to say 5 centimeters. 4 centimeters. Done. So that's pretty easy. There's no work really required, not a whole lot. But it's the calculating the area that's new, okay? And I tell you what the area is again of a trapezoid. This is side A, this is side B. Okay, and here's where it comes in handy. I'm going to do the 5 centimeters and the 9 centimeters. You need to know the height of this trapezoid in order to be able to find the area. You need it. You decide. I would go to this corner or to that corner. I would start in the short side and just go ahead. Go straight down because that is your height. And the height always meets at a 90 with a base. That's the only way you can accurately find the height of a shape. So let me zoom into that part right now. Because I'm gonna use highlighters, okay? And so you probably see this right triangle, which means that you probably want to know this side here, x. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to use a highlighter. I'm just going to let you see that this 5 here, it's also I'm just going to go straight down and copy it down here. Right? That 5 is there. Which means that there's a stretch left here. There's also a stretch left there. Okay. Technically, x is just to name that stretch. You would have to agree with me that this is also x, correct? There are two x's there, technically. So to find x, watch what I'm going to do. X is equal to b minus a. So I'm going to take 9 and I'm going to subtract a from it. So b minus a, and then I'm going to split it in half. So I'm going to take the 9 here at the bottom, take the 5 away from it, and what's left over, I'm just going to split it in half. I hope that makes sense. You do not do this with a right trapezoid. You don't divide by 2 with a right trapezoid. Because a right trapezoid, you're not going to have the second x here. You're only going to have this piece. So you only need to subtract with a right trapezoid. So let's do this. This would be 9 minus 5. Make sure you always do things in brackets. 9 minus 5 is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2 centimeters. Yes. So that's my height. No, not my height. Sorry, this is x. Stop confusing me, right? So how's that helpful? Well, now you can cut this one out. The 2 centimeters is over here. Do I know this part here from up top? Like I just didn't write it down, but we know what this is, right? It's 4 centimeters. And my height is still unknown. Can you use sine law? Yes, but it would be way too much work, right? Use Pythagorean theorem because you've got 2 out of the 3 sides. So this is a leg, right? Leg. So we're going to go h is equal to 4 squared minus 2 squared. And that's this is 16 minus 4. That's 12. Are you having fun? Having a blast, right? 3.46. And here's where I like to use not just 2 decimals, I use 4 decimals. I don't know if your teachers in the past, because this is not my ultimate answer. I'm just going to use 4 decimals along the way. Let's break this down. I did this first. Then I did this second. Like I actually cut out my right triangle to find the height. And here's the third step is find area. Yeah. Area is a plus b times the height divided by 2. We know what a is, it's 5. We know what b is, it's 9. We know what our height is now, 3.4641. All of that divided by 2, right? I'm fluent in Spanish when it comes to numbers. Does that count? So that'd be 9 plus 5 is 14. Don't rush with your calculators, right? So did you know that in math, when there's multiplication and division, it doesn't really matter which one you do first. They always told you BEDMAS, follow it. But addition and subtraction, as well as multiplication and division, like they actually go hand in hand. You can do either one, unless there's a bracket, of course. 14 times 3.4641 divided by 2 is 24.25. That's right. I like that. Yeah, the units. Exactly. He did a good job. I'm going to tell him that later. One of your former students. You did surface area and volume, right? Yeah. Yeah, that one is fun. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, as you can tell. Only took half a page. I'm writing, my writing is bigger than yours though, so I'm pretty sure you can do it in fewer steps. Okay, all right, so that's that one. Let me see. I think I'm gonna send you off to try one right away on your own. So go to 31. There's one for you to try. A trapezoid just for you, okay? Practice what we just did. I think it's very important to do it right away. So, and then when you're done 31, try 32. 32 is a right trapezoid. And remember the calculator sale, right? At Staples. The ones that I have, if you want those. So try 31 and 32 for now. And if you want to go beyond it, you do that as well. Keep to 31 here.